Welcome back to Nostalgia Bros.
Children might be watching this, Troy.
Spoilers!
Gonna lose it! No! No! Are you kidding me?
Three, two, one.
Welcome back to Nostalgia Bros, where I'm gonna fight Phoenix Magnon. Yeah.
So, in the break, Martin pointed out something. More 70s. That's a DJ in a DJ booth. Like, where they're like on that raised platform.
And he's got his two go-go dancers there.
Yeah. They're just partying it out.
I hate everything about everything. All in the 7,000 million times I played this game, not once did I ever think of that as a disco ball. And Troy, upon seeing it for the first time, goes, "That's a fucking disco ball." And I'm like, "Fuck off."
And then you see it, and then you can't unsee. This thing you can't... Have you heard about the drug crocodile?
The what?
It's a drug. I don't know if Marty knows about it. It's bad stuff. Kids don't do... Especially this drug, if anything. It's basically like... They made it as like a cheap heroin alternative. But
heroin alternative. For all... Heroin alternative. I just want to like point out how that sounds. Like,
well, let me like point out the fact that a heroin tends to be costly to make.
Yeah,
so all points in business where you try and cut a few corners, you have some side effects. This one's side effects, flesh-eating disease.
You're fucking kidding me.
No, it puts holes in you.
Okay, yeah. So for anybody who has played this game before as well, and doesn't know about this route that I'm taking,
it's the big dildinator.
This is a secret route that you can take through the game, through this level, because at the end point of the level where you fight Phoenix Magnon, you fight him in the furnace room. And what you notice about the furnace rooms is that the furnace rooms have different floor patterns that deal with when Phoenix Magnon summons his magma attack. So in the last room, the room you're supposed to fight him in by like level progression, you fight him in the last furnace room that has, as you can see from the floor here, hold on, Shield Boomerang makes this really shit simple. Shield Boomerang. Yeah, okay. So you can see that the magma, there's no way to dodge this attack because the magma will just come up from all the floor. So I'm going to start the level and go backwards, therefore ending up in the first furnace room where it's really super easy to dodge all of the attacks. I'm a genius. You can thank me later.
I feel like no one's replaying this game.
I feel like no one likes you.
So what do you mean, like does it actually get harder, or does the room just stay the same?
If you like, the room stays the same except for the floor. So if you fight the boss in the last room, then he's a lot harder than he needs to. Than you need to fight him as. So if you fight him in the first room, if you go backwards through the level, then he's like a lot easier because one of his attacks becomes like inconsequential to the battle instead of being something that you can't dodge. So you don't even need to worry about it. It's like, just trust me, I'm really smart.
I feel like everyone that played this game knows.
Space Invaders.
I feel like Gallic has like a word or two to mention to this. You have to kill them all?
You don't, but it's kind of fun.
Then just ignore them. Make it like Quick Man stage and just do it quick. That's what you do in Quick Man stage, right?
Everything is quick. Hundo P.
Exactly. So, why does being different colors give you different powers?
It's Zero's forms. He has a thing where, if like at least in this game, where if you complete a level by doing like a certain thing, you'll get a different form, and in the form, you have different stats and have sometimes an ability. Like this one, the X form, you get it by killing a certain amount of enemies with the Buster Shot in the level, and your power and speed are higher, and your Buster Shot gets increased, so you could shoot like this, like constant, instead of having breaks, and while you're walking, you can shoot bursts of 4 instead of 3. Like, it's just, like, it's just a different play style. But your Z-Saber gets really shitty. It's like, while you're standing still, instead of being able to do like a triple slash combo, you swing once down, reminiscent of how X used the Z-Saber in Mega Man X6, was it? Where Zero was dead?
I don't know. There's a lot of games.
Where Zero's dead?
No, there's just a lot of Mega Man games.
Oh, fuck.
Do you think they ever would like come up with like a new person? Like I remember being playing like Battle Network. It's like Tree Man, which is actually Woodman. But did you remember like Battle Network 4, where you get like different forms, and one was Woodman?
Yeah, Wood Soul, Blue Moon.
Now, why would you want to be something else?
What do you mean? Why would you want to be something else?
Like, why wouldn't you just want to be yourself, Connor? This
Well-
game teaches you bad morals.
Well, because yourself sucks. You have neutral element and you don't do anything cool. Like, why would you not want to be yourself?
You mean why would you want to?
Yeah,
be
I mean,
yourself?
why would you want to be yourself when you can be cooler shit?
You heard it here, kids. Don't be yourself. Be cooler shit.
Shut up. Stop talking. Like, just don't be you. That'll make my life easier. Now, see, there's no magma panels on the floor now, so when the boss uses that specific attack, I don't care.
I'm really glad you taught me this, Connor. Oh,
Well, hey,
sick! It's
hey.
Moltres.
I hate you so... Oh, God. I actually just threw up a little bit in my mouth
It even has the tail and everything.
because you make me sick. Okay.
Come on, Game Freak, get on it. You gotta sue these bitches. They're stealing your thunder. Like literally, Connor's using thunder right now.
Fuck.
So, Connor, what's the secret to beating this boss?
Not sucking.
Okay, good to know. So, what we've learned today is, kids, don't suck. Don't be yourself. Other good morals include bitches ain't shit. And,
See, now...
but remember that's literal, because female dogs are indeed not feces. Not that females are in any way less valued than males. That's incredibly sexist, and we do not stand.
Shing! Cut him in half! How cool is that?
What if you shoot him?
Well,
You
he just...
shoot him
no,
in
he-
half?
Well, no, because he does... Like, you... No. You only get, like, the shing in half if you cut him with the Z-Saber at the end. Our rank's going back up, boys. Our rank's going back up. I'm salvaging the terrible start we had.
You mean you playing?
No.
Thanks, Connor. Don't worry, we got it all in recording. You've seen it here first, people.
You've seen it here first, folks.
How to beat the game in 17 hours or a little bit less.
Element fire.
Firepower.
Firepower. It always bothered me. Like, when I was a kid, I was, like, obsessed with, like, color coordination. So, like, if I was using a certain element as 0, like, to beat a boss, I would always switch to a form that had the same color. I was just, like, a freak. I was a freak as a kid. Like,
You really were. Like a game freak.
Like, oh, my God.
How are these puns doing for you, Marty? Like, if you give it, like, an arbitrary, like, number out of number, what would your arbitrary number out of number be?
Yeah, put that on the screen.
Oh, thanks.
You're a gem.
See, it's swell because he's sitting right here, so he knows that he gets to do the work later. But like secretly inside, he's like, "Oh, what a fucking dick!" And then he's like, "You know what? It's still a little bit of fun, but he's still a dick." And the other thing too is he can't even complain about it.
Yeah, because we're funny.
Like the thing is, he knows that I can't edit yet. By the way, like, pro tip: get an editor. It's just easier. And then don't learn to edit, because then that means you can actually do
That
the
means
work.
your editor's going to pawn work off onto you.
Exactly. Like, it's the same as, like, at work when, like, you're asked to do something and you're like, if I do a shitty enough job that I can not have to do it next time because I look like I'm bad at it, and then they're just like, oh, let's not let him do it. He kind of sucks. But you do enough of a job that they're like, okay, let's not just fire him.
Maybe we'll just
You gotta find that good in between.
We'll just get him to do something else instead.
Exactly. I feel like that's in, like, all frames of work. It's like, okay, I suck just enough. It's about finding like moderacy in everything, guys.
Everything needs moderacy.
Yeah, you gotta moderately suck. You can't be good, because then they're like, oh, he's our expert.
He's our shmee.
You can't.
Subject matter expert.
The word, like, again, I'm telling you, you can't be an expert. If you're an expert, that means you're always called upon, even if it's unrelated to you.
Well, yeah, because people then realize that you're like a swell guy and you're an expert at things.
Well, no, like, let's say you're, like, a computer expert, and they're like, yeah, I'm having some problems with, like, my toaster at home. You're like, there's no similarities between these two objects. Like, yeah, they use power, but I do coding, not fix toasters.
I can't code a toaster.
Well,
Unless you count.
they're like, well, it's like the same thing. You're an expert, right?
Unless you count the piece of shit computer that I use, because that is kind of like a toaster. It's also made of wood. It's literally a wooden toaster. Like,
It's just a potato.
fucking get the fuck out.
It's like it's a step lower than a toaster. For those that don't use the hip slang that these young kids are using all day.
These youngsters and their fucking hip lingo.
Yeah, they're Game Boys and Vigi games. We're not even playing this on a Game Boy.
Yeah,
Let's talk about how sweet this retro is.
Yes.
Let me just do a quick plug. Next time on Nostalgia Bros.
Oh,
where
God,
we
no.
talk about
God, no.
quality
God, no.
time with...
Haha, 2 shots and he's done. Fire element for the win. Yeah, okay, next time on Nostalgia Brews. Cyber Elf! Half Mardo. Half Mardo.